Trump drops truth bombs on UK energy crisis. Hold on to your hats, because former US President Donald Trump just unleashed a blistering takedown on GB News, calling out the UK's outrageous energy prices, some of the highest in Europe, maybe the world. He's got the British people's backs, shouting from the rooftops about the untapped treasure in the North Sea that could slash energy costs by a whopping 70%. Trump's not mincing words, tearing into windmills as a total disaster and pushing for a drilling revolution. Let's dive into what he said and why it's a wake-up call for Britain. Trump slammed windmills as an absolute disgrace, ugly, noisy, and a nightmare for wildlife. He pointed out they're killing whales at 9 times the rate by messing with their navigation and communication, leaving them stranded on shores. They wash up like never before, he said, hammering their environmental damage. Wind farms tank property values by 50% or more when they loom over homes. And they're the most expensive energy out there, propped up by massive government handouts. Meanwhile, the North Sea is brimming with oil, but insane taxes and red tape are stopping drillers in their tracks. You've got one of the best oil areas in the world, and they've made it impossible to drill. Trump roared. His solution? Rip up the windmills, unleash the North Sea, and watch energy bills plummet. It's crazy, he added. You could be making money, but instead, you're losing it. Britain's sitting on a gold mine, and Trump's calling it like he sees it. What's your take? Drop it in the comments below. Unpacking the North Sea's massive potential. Let's get to the meat of it because the numbers are mind-blowing. The North Sea Transition Authority says the UK's got 20.8 billion barrels of oil, equivalent just waiting to be tapped. That's 6.1 billion in discovered but undeveloped fields, ready to go with a government green light. Another 3.5 billion are in leads and prospects fields with solid potential, and 11.2 billion more in plays. Based on geological data, here's the stunner. The UK burns through 1.3 million barrels of oil equivalent daily, but only produces 800,000, forcing us to import 500,000 barrels from places like Saudi Arabia and Norway. That 20.8 billion could cover the deficit for 113 years, making the UK energy independent for over a century. No more begging foreign suppliers. Imported oil costs 20% more, $45, $50 per barrel versus $30. $40 for domestic hand pumps out double the carbon, with 40 to 50 kilos of CO2 per barrel compared to 20 to 25 for homegrown. So, drilling locally saves cash on the planet, yet the government's dragging its feet. Why? Sound off below. Taxes crippling Britain's energy future. Here's where it gets infuriating. The UK's tax system is choking North Sea oil. Drillers face a 30% ring-fence corporation tax on profits, which can't be offset by other losses, plus a 10% supplementary charge. But the real kicker? Energy Profits Levy, a 38% tax slapped on in May 2022 to grab extraordinary profits from high energy prices. That's a crushing 78% tax on profits. No wonder oil companies are sitting on these fields, waiting for the levy to expire in 2030. Why drill when the government's robbing you blind? Energy Secretary Ed Miliband's calling new fields like Rosebank climate vandalism, scaring off investment and keeping prices sky high. It's a slap in the face to every Brit struggling with bills. This isn't just bad policy, it's a betrayal. Let us know what you think. Wind farms. A subsidized disaster. Trump hit the nail on the head. Wind farms are a total scam. Last year, the UK shelled out £1.9 billion in subsidies to offshore wind farms, with £1.7 billion going to constraint payments just to shut off Scottish farms because the grid can't handle their power. These farms are locked into contracts for difference, guaranteeing them a set price for energy. If wholesale prices drop below that, taxpayers foot the bill, potentially billions. This twisted setup means the government's incentivized to keep oil prices high to avoid massive payouts to wind farm owners. Trump's right. Windmills are a costly, inefficient mess, killing wildlife like whales and draining our wallets. North Sea oil could make us rich, but we're bankrolling failure instead. Share your fury in the comments. Working class Brits take. The hit. This isn't just about numbers, it's personal. Sky-high energy bills are crushing working class families, eating up a huge chunk of their income. Trump's planned drill, the North Sea slash taxes, ditch wind farms could cut heating, electricity, and fuel costs in half, giving a massive boost to the economy and relief to everyday Brits. But the conservatives, who imposed the oil tax levy, and Labour, obsessed with net zero nonsense, are playing a rigged game. It's controlled opposition. Both sides push the same agenda while pretending to brawl. The Online Safety Act, the energy policies, all Tory moves, yet they blame Labour. Trump sees through it, tweeting, "North Sea oil is a treasure chest for the UK. Incentivize drillers fast. A vast fortune to be made and far lower energy costs for the people. He's fighting for us. Why aren't our leaders?" It's a disgrace. The climate hoax and globalist agenda. Let's talk straight. The net zero push is a sham. China's coal emissions are 20 times ours. And nothing we do will change global temperatures. We're less than 1% of the world's footprint. Yet we're sinking our economy with wind farm subsidies and import reliance while ignoring our own oil. Importing oil doubles the carbon footprint and jacks up prices, but the government calls domestic drilling vandalism. It's not about the environment, it's about control. The climate agenda is a globalist ploy and Britain's falling for it. Meanwhile, working-class families can't afford to heat their homes. Trump's right. We could be energy independent, saving billions, and cutting emissions, but instead, we're chained to foreign oil and failing wind farms. Why? Some say it's a deliberate sellout, with politicians like Ed Miliband tied to green energy interests. Conflict of interest? You bet. Dig into that and drop your thoughts below. Time to fight back? This is a scandal of epic proportions. Britain could be energy independent, slashing bills and emissions with 20.8 billion barrels of North Sea oil, enough for 113 years. But a 78% tax rate, wind farm subsidies, and net zero dogma are holding us back. It's a betrayal of every Brit struggling to pay bills, especially the working class. Both Tories and Labour are complicit, playing a scripted game to keep prices high. Trump's got it right. Incentivize drillers fast. End the wind farm scam, cut taxes, and drill now. We could save families hundreds a month on heating, electricity, and fuel. Instead, we're importing pricey, dirty oil while China laughs. This feels intentional, a globalist agenda to weaken Britain. It's time to wake up, demand energy independence, and put people first. What's your take? Is this a plot or just incompetence? Hit like, subscribe, and comment. We read every one. Let's expose this madness and fight for a richer, stronger UK.